Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Tom Ziri, fresh out the crib on X to Skip. Welcome to the weekly patch notes, episode 107. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I think. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Joined with me as always, got Maxwell. What's good, fam?
Hey, man.
Yeah, I didn't want to say as always, right? Sometimes we'd be out here doing our things, but it's like. And with us, we also have Kid Kojo. What's up, boy?
I'm here. What's up with you?
Hey, bro. I see there's a new Apex legend. That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, we're going to be giving you guys the gaming tidbits and all the gaming news and everything that's been happening in the past 7 days. So if you're new here, please like and subscribe. Trust, we give good shit. And to our day ones, what's up, y'all? Hey. And yeah, before we get started, does anyone have any announcements or admin?
Well, I just want to mention one thing, but there's no value in discussing it. But it's something that's been on my mind with regards to Expedition 33. Simply how obviously everybody's been glazing that game for a while now. But what I don't understand about this, and I'd just like other people to also think about, is how supposedly the budget of that game is so small. I think it was like what, $30 million, or maybe it was even less. It took 5 years to produce. It has supposedly around 30 developers from the studio, and yet the game is massive. The quality is very high. It had quite some famous voice actors. How is this game so cheap? In terms of the staff, I understand, because in my research was a thing of very random and obscure people were hired in the development team. But then you've got guys like, if I'm not mistaken, what was his name? Brian Cox or something like that, the dude who plays Daredevil, who was a voice actor in this. And I'm like, how are they affording all of these pretty famous voice actors, yet supposedly developing this game was cheap?
I guess that's probably why I see it on Xbox Game Pass, to be honest. I'm like, isn't this game like flipping new F, and now all of a sudden, what? Here it is. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, and I don't get how it was so cheap to develop when everything about it to me seems expensive. Like something doesn't add up. But again, I didn't bring this up to discuss. I just wanted to bring y'all's attention to this, because to me it seems sus.
Nah, hello. Maybe they've got some deals and some shit, or a battle pass is coming, or cosmetics, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
Oh yeah, but thanks, man. Kojo, I'm guessing nothing from your side, bro. You good?
Yeah, nothing from me.
And boy, for me, announcement is my PC has now started giving those messages stating that it cannot run said game. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm very sad. So, you know, you're always out here trying to get a console, because I don't think I can. I mean, the cost of a console is this year the price of a graphics card. So I would still, you know, have to wait longer to get the motherboard, new core, you know, RAM chips, and I just, yeah, nah. So console seems like the way to go for now. So that's what I'm going to be aiming towards. And yeah, I don't know, I'm going to set up streams for that. But hey, dude, just when I know you guys won't hear, you guys can't act like you didn't know that I got a console. I won't shut up about it, bro. Watch. Anyways, let's get on to the episode. Starting with the gaming news. Max, take it away, bro.
All right. So just small things from my side this week. The first thing is, you guys have heard about the whole rumored Xbox portable console or Xbox portable device. Yes? No?
Sounds familiar.
I'm sure Kojo heard about it.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so supposed leaks emerged of what the prototype looks like. And obviously, we have to take this with a grain of salt. But if these leaks are real, one, it shows that this thing is around the corner somewhere along the lines. And two, the thing looks vicious, ugly, but I'm trying to understand which gaming segment it's trying to fill, because the portable device area is predominantly dominated by Nintendo with the Switch, where obviously you've got the Steam Deck, but apparently if you compare how much the two have sold, the Steam Deck's units sold is really a droplet in the ocean compared to how much the Switch has sold. So obviously you also have the rumors that PlayStation as well is working on a portable device that supposedly might come around out during the time of the PlayStation 6. We'll wait to see that. For me, PlayStation makes more sense than the Xbox because PlayStation has a history with the PSP, but even then, the two of them trying to enter that area, I scratch my head about it. I would like it. I would obviously enjoy it. It brings more competition to the area, but I really wonder if it can make a difference in the area unless they're bringing devices which can give features that can rival the Switch and at the same time are reasonably priced. Because I think price point has always been the biggest part, where with the Switch, it gets away with things because it's kind of like almost console quality on the go. So it's a question of what Xbox and PlayStation can offer, and if these things are real or not. But yes, there was a leak of that, and if anybody's interested to see that, you can go online and see how vicious ugly the device looks like. Hopefully this is just a prototype. If it is real, the final versions are not going to look anything like this. That's the first thing. Then the second small thing is, you'll remember how Palworld is tied up in all of this Nintendo
Yes.
copyright stuff. Yes, so we're slowly beginning to see some of the impact of that. Obviously, the developers of Palworld said no, they're still going to continue supporting the game and all of that, and we've been suspicious, like, can they really, with Nintendo cracking down on their neck? Well, it seems like they should be able to, because how they're remedying the solution is some of the complaints Nintendo are having, they are quietly removing off of Palworld. So there's certain features or things you can do which they're quietly removing from Palworld. One of the things which I heard about is, I've never played the game, so I don't know how much of it copies from Nintendo, but one of the things is supposedly like there's a slide mechanic or some shit like that. I don't know if it's with the is it glide mechanic?
Yeah, the glide mechanic. In the game, you can glide on a Palworld. Yeah, so in Palworld, you can glide on an actual Pal, pretty much like how in Pokemon, you can fly on your Pokemon. So now, instead of flying on your Pal, you have to now craft a glider, and you have to glide on that with your Pal, like, statically flying next to you. Such bullshit.
Yes, so that comes directly from Nintendo complaining, and I rate Nintendo just complains about these type of stuff because they want to cripple the game. They don't want people to enjoy the game as much as, like, no, we don't need a Pokemon rival, where probably originally Nintendo were pretty arrogant and confident when Palworld was first announced, where they were just like, who cares? And then when they saw how well the game was doing, they were like, okay, nah, we didn't expect people to be this excited. We thought people were going to be dismissive about this thing because, we've got Pokemon. But seeing how popular it is, we're like, okay, we can't have something similar to Pokemon. We can't have something taking up a similar space. Let's do something about this. So I congratulate the developers on still trying to stay in the field and continue their thing. That's the second story. Then for my final news story, PlayStation has announced a new studio. You all heard about that?
No.
Basically, PlayStation has not given up on live service, which for me personally, I think it's a bittersweet pill. Sweet on the part that I've always been saying for years. I've always been saying PlayStation needs to focus on multiplayer games if they really want to grow their dominance. Multiplayer is an area they need to penetrate. And when they started working on live service, I was like, that makes the most sense to me because that's the natural growth direction. Well, and then the bitter part is they don't really seem to know how to do live service properly. But anyway, they have a new studio called Team LFG, which is a new team which comprises of, or it's not comprises of, which comprises, they are, what do you call them, veterans of studios. I forget which studios, but I think from people who've made Bungie games, League of Legends, and other crap. But they are working on a live service game, which supposedly is going to be a fun and quirky game. And let's see how that comes about. Because with PlayStation and their live service games, you never know. The idea might be right, but these guys want to also add a premium on their games and not put it out for free, but make you pay. And that cost of entrance is always a hard sell for people because I get it. It's a live service game. You want to try it out for free, to risk free, see if you like it. If you don't, you can bounce. If you do, you stick around. But then when you have to make a payment at the start, you're committing. And who wants to commit to something which might flop? And with Sony, a lot of their records have been flopping. So we'll see how many years away this thing is, and we'll see if it does well. But that's about it from the news that got my attention this week.
All right, thanks, bro. Kojo, you got some news?
Nope.
Okay, so listen up, peeps. I think I did mention on an episode where Diablo 4 was going to do a DLC crossover with Berserk, right? And I was excited about that shit, but now I knew this would happen. I kind of knew it would happen because, I mean, it's 2025, bro. Nothing's for free anymore. Free? What is that? I don't know her. Unless it's on Epic Games. So the Berserk crossover DLC. Obviously you get to play, as most of the characters from Berserk with some cosmetics as well, specific for the classes of Barbarian, Rogue, and Necromancer, right? There's even a pet bundle that is going to be themed around Chimamorio, the fleshy astral creature, that Guts encounters Copath. Yeah, bro, like, it is going to cost you. Yes, that's right. This is obviously not a free fucking DLC. This is going to cost you either 16,500 platinum, right? Which in any case, you pretty much have to buy in game, or straight up $150. Wild. And then people got so pissed, and I understandably, I understand why, right? Understandably so, that you can get 4 physical volumes of the deluxe Berserk manga for $140. The fuck am I doing buying cosmetics, just cosmetics, for only 3 classes? One of which I do play, so whatever. But why would I pay more for that than the flippin' 4 volumes of the manga, dude? It just doesn't make sense. Oh, but there's more. You can spend an extra $50 to get Guts' signature Dragon Slayer sword. Yeah. So, at this point, fuck Blizzard. I mean, honestly, what's the point? You bought Elden Ring for like what? I don't even know how much in dollars. And they put Guts' sword in Elden Ring. No added necessaries and bullshit. It's weird. It's dumb. Anyways. Yeah. And then Max covered Palworld, which was going to be my piece as well. But thank you. All right, moving on to the gaming corner. Kojo, what are the good releases out, bro?
So, first off, we have a game called Captain Blood, PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. It's an action adventure game, May 6th, 2025. Currently sitting at a 57 on Metacritic. Next, we have Spirit of the North 2, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, open world adventure game, May 8th, 2025. Currently sitting at a 65 on Metacritic. Next, we have Revenge of the Savage Planet, PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, co-op action adventure game, May 8th, 2025. Currently sitting at a 77 on Metacritic. Then we have The Midnight Walk adventure game, May 8th, PC, PS5, adventure game, currently sitting at a 78 on Metacritic. Then finally we have Imperial, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, May 8th, 2025, action RPG game, currently sitting at a 67 on Metacritic. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the releases in the gaming corner. What about you guys?
I know of nothing. Max?
Just one thing, and it's basically that some people online, obviously the popular people, we obviously don't fill that branch, have gotten the opportunity to start playing Death Stranding 2, and there's a lot of positive feedback from Death Stranding 2 from the experience people are getting. With supposedly they've been given the opportunity to play 30 hours of that game, and apparently 30 hours constitutes 40% of the game. And I'm just like, yeah, first of all, 30 hours being 40% of a game is crazy. How big is this game? And then secondly, I'm going to take people's compliments with a grain of salt, because a lot of people are talking about how great Death Stranding, the first game, was, and I just looked at that game like, there's nothing great about this game to me. You can say it's a good game for you, or it's a game you love. Like, subjectively, I can understand people saying, I enjoyed this game. But trying to make it like a general great game, I was not buying that. And then also, the whole Kojima dick riding. So for me, I take it with a giant grain of salt. People talking about how awesome the game is. But yeah. And then, how people be about these type of stuff. They'll call something a game of the year contender without even having gotten the chance to play the game. And the way people suck off Kojima, they look at this as a game of the year contender. But yeah, that's been going on recently. People have gotten a chance to play Death Stranding 2. So for those who are excited for it, I guess there's more reason to be excited. For those who never really cared, I guess there's no extra reason to even care.
Yeah, amen to that, bro. Walking simulator for who, bro? For who? By the way, thanks, man. I don't know of any releases. So besides, to those of you who play Epic 7, Renek's story was released today. So yeah, it's okay. It's like your usual automated battles in any case for farm. So, and the rewards aren't much to speak of, but hey, anyways, we move. That takes us to the halfway section. If you're enjoying the show so far, please leave a like and subscribe. And now moving on to the content creator news. Okay, so I got the first one I want to mention was one that's pretty stupid in the sense that there's I forget what his name is on YouTube. I just know him as Dr. K, but I forget his channel. It's that guy that always like gives therapy sessions to streamers, right? So anyways, Dr. K, he interviewed Pirate Software, and they were discussing the World of Warcraft raid debacle issue that happened. So for those of you who forgot, Pirate Software was booted off a hardcore World of Warcraft guild, right? It's called OnlyFangs, which was filled with like other streamers and shit. And during one of the raids in Dire Mall North, when everyone else was like pretty much dying off one by one, he started running away instead of just staying and fighting, because he could have at least contributed to like a lost, I don't know, battle attempt, instead of just like running away like a little bitch. But anyways, a lot of people threw hate at him, and people dedicate their lives. Like you would have to play hardcore games to understand what this means, right? For those of you who don't, if something is hardcore, once you die, there is no respawn. You start from scratch. You're done. All those hours you put to get high level is finished once you die. So anyways, yeah. So he interviewed, Dr. K interviewed Pirate Software, right? And then Dr. K was giving his interpretation of what happened in the WoW raid, right? And he was like, my understanding of the situation was some shit like that. It was like, you were kind of like an asshole during the raid. And he's saying this to Pirate Software. And then he's like, what? He was like, because you're really good at being an ass, right? Like, at that point, bro, when I was watching the clip, I was just like, shit, are they beefing? Like, I've never heard Dr. K beef with anybody. Like, what got this dude feeling weird, bro? And then like Pirate Software is like, no. I think it's sometimes the things I talk about in regards to these types of things are misconstrued as arrogance or boasting, when in reality, I'm just trying to give context. And Dr. K, bro, like the facial expression he had, he was like, okay, so that's the problem right there, bro. I want you to listen to that phrase. This gets misconstrued as arrogance, but in reality, it's this. That is the most arrogant statement on the planet. And I was like, yeah. It was wild. I've never watched Dr. K beef with someone. And then Pirate Software was like, yo, no, well, I don't see it that way. And then Dr. K, Dr. K was just like, okay, look, dude, how you speak is really rubbing me. And like you're just so dismissive. You're being so dismissive of everything. So yeah, hey dude, it felt weird. It was a very weird interview and awkward.
Dr. K, the dude who wears the frog suit?
No.
Okay, cool. Then never mind.
Yeah, Healthy Gamer GG, I think is his fucking name or some shit. I don't know. But yeah. So fellas, if you have also lost your lady to Duke Dennis, part of AMP Kai Sanat's group, Kai Sanat is going to be doing a stream with Future by doing a collab. Now, it's been debated that Duke Dennis and Future really look alike on some doppelganger type shit. So now having the two of them on Kai stream, bruh, it's gonna be wild. God damn, it's gonna be wild. And then lastly, okay, before I ask this, before I mention this, is anyone talking about homie Ishmael Ramsey Khalid?
No.
Who?
Somali nigga, damn.
There's been more news.
So Johnny Somali has been charged with yet another sex crime in South Korea and is looking at a maximum sentence of 31 years behind bars.
Bars. I'm sorry.
I don't want to go into it deeply because we spoke about this dude so many flippin' times. Yeah. So anyways, on May 8th, he was charged with the second sex crime, which then added another 10 years on top of his other charges. So yeah. And it's because of deepfakes. And deepfakes in Korea are really fucking bad, bro. Like, it's almost 10.5 to 11 years if you are involved in deepfakes and releasing stuff like that. So yeah, man. Facing a total of 31 is wild. All right, that's pretty much me. Kojo, anything from your side?
Nope.
Max?
Nah, bro.
Alright, I don't have any esports either. So, Kojo, you got something for esports?
Maybe.
Tell us.
So the next leg of the Mortal Kombat Pro Comp Tour took place this past week. It took place in Brazil, Sao Paulo. And without going too deep into it, I'll just give you the top three. Third place was Lavender Rain, second place was Nicholas, and first place was Whitex. So congratulations to them. and looking forward to the next iteration or the next stage of the Pro Comp. And then moving on to my last bit of esports news, the ALGS, which is the Apex Legends Global Series, which took place this past week. Without going too deep into the details, 160 teams, usually it's 40 teams over 4 days. But in this time, they extended it to 160 teams. They called it the ALGS Open. It took place in New Orleans, America. And yeah, I think the main goal of it was to shine a spotlight on teams new teams instead of the usual 40 teams that always make it. They extended it to 160 teams, so unknown teams could also have a chance. But it had mixed results because the way the event was handled, a lot of teams didn't get their time to shine. In terms of, a lot of teams didn't even get, the matches were not even shown. So people were not really happy about that because, I think they should just stick to 40 teams. But anyway, the team that came out on top was Team Falcons, aka the super team. They did not have an easy route, so they left the tournament. Well, they left winners bracket early and they went into the elimination brackets pretty early. So they had to play I think it's something like 30 something matches over 3 days or 2 days to make it to finals. And they made it to finals, and it was the match point finals. And I think it is the shortest match point finals I've ever witnessed because it ended in 6 matches. I don't think I've ever seen a match point finals. Usually it's 8 or 9 matches. Most I've seen is 13. But it took 6 matches. So congratulations to the team that is Waltzy, IGL 0, Imperial Hal, and Coach Droga. So this is the first. They made history. No other team has come from elimination brackets or losers brackets to win the tournament. So that's quite a feat. Anyway, that's it for my esports.
Alright, Awe, Max, dare I ask?
Nope, you don't even need to ask.
Yeah. Alright, well, lovely gents, thank you so much. Been a interesting week. I'm also seeing there was a video released on Macy J, and it's called the depressing downfall. And I was like, Chomi, the fuck? Because for me, I did start noticing his streams where he's kind of just seems like he's so burnt out fully. There's been times where it's just a chair. It's just his chair, fam. And he's not even playing the game. And I'm just ish, my boy. So now I'm going to watch this video, then I'll let you guys know ish next week. The next episode. So take care. And we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And that will be the end of the weekly patch notes. Stay good, stay healthy, and peace.